To Everyday Matters live stream. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you for coming. If this is your first time of coming to my live stream, thank you so much. You're very much welcome. I really do appreciate you. Please feel free to follow me on Facebook and Everyday Matters One, Instagram Everyday Matters One, and also on YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube channel at youtube.com/Everyday Matters. But thank you all so much for coming. And if you're a returning subscriber or returning follower, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming. Okay, guys, thank you so much. I'm so excited to be doing this live stream today. I really appreciate you all for coming. And it's really interesting because it's a very sensitive topic. Okay, so for my live stream, just before I jump on, so we have this live stream every Sunday at 5 o'clock. So 5 o'clock UK time and 6 o'clock Nigerian and Europe time every Sunday. Okay, so you don't want to miss out. Join us every time you can. That will be highly appreciated. And my live streams are always engaging, so it's not going to be just me talking. It's going to be me and you engaging in the conversation so that we can discuss really, and because it's something very strange, I would say. But thank you so much for coming. Thank you, the Delta Peking, I see you there. Thank you so much. Fitness Study, thank you so much for coming. I really do appreciate you. I do not think I've shared myself out. I don't think I've shared myself out. I hope I can do that. Let's have a look. I haven't shared myself out, but thank you so much for coming. If you can share me out, please do. That would be highly appreciated. So to everyone on Facebook and those on YouTube, thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate every single one of you. I think my ads are still running, but thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of you for coming. So the topic we have on ground today is like I said, is a very sensitive one. It's a very sensitive topic because it's someone that's married. So a lady that's married and her husband has said to her to abort the pregnancy, to terminate the pregnancy because she's carrying a girl child. And you know, when someone is pregnant, you can actually do a check. So when the pregnancy is about, is it 3 months? Is it 12 weeks? I can't remember when now, but you can find out the sex of a child. So this woman has gone to find out the sex of a child, and Delta Peking, thank you for sharing me out. She's going to find out the sex of a child, and then found out it's a girl, and the husband said, you need to terminate the pregnancy, which is really painful from my perspective, especially as a mom. Elias Matters, thank you so much for coming. How is everyone? Before I jump right in, which I do, I do all the time. How is everyone doing? Thank you all so much for coming. I appreciate every single one of you. Okay, so as a woman, as a mother, it's a very painful situation to be in, that you got pregnant. So thank you so much, Francis, for coming. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate you. So it's a very painful situation because we know that every child is important, whether a male child or a female child. Everyone is important because you don't know the future of that child. You don't know what the child is going to turn out to be, whether the child is a man or whether the child is a woman. You don't know. Okay, so every child is definitely important. But thank you guys so much for coming. I would like to know what you think about this as well. Henry, thank you so much. I've not seen you in my live stream for a long time, but thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. So it's a very difficult situation to be in, a very painful situation to be in as a woman. Okay, and like I said, whether it's a man or whether it's a woman child, every child is important. I know of a family whereby Party Beauty Context and family, thank you so much for coming. I know you came to me yesterday. Somehow forgot. Oops, Party Beauty. Jessica Trinovec, thank you so much for coming. Victoria Marca, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate every single one of you. Okay, so like I was saying, it's a very painful and difficult situation to be in as a woman. Okay, and again, Every child is important. I know I read of the story of a family once. I think they have about 5 girls, and these girls are um, some of them are doctors, some of them are professors, some of them are engineers. They're all girls. The whole family are girls, and they took a picture with their parents. I don't know if anyone has seen that picture on the internet, and the parents are so proud of them. Just imagine if they had said, okay, let's terminate this pregnancy because it's a girl child. Okay, so definitely not missing today. Thank you, Kosiso, for coming. I appreciate you. Jessica Chinovek, thank you for coming. So I've got 16 amazing people, 12 people on YouTube, and 4 people on Facebook, I think. So thank you so much. I want to hear your contributions. If you don't mind, what do you think about the story? Do you think it's the right thing? So what I would really like to do is to look at it from different angles. So we'll look at it from the angle of a man. We'll look at it from the angle of the woman herself, and then we'll look at it from the angle of the unborn child that is being terminated. Okay, so from the angle of a man, do you think it's the right thing for the man to do? Okay, like, okay, I want a child. I want a child. The youngest in the bride, thank you for coming. And because it's a female child, I don't want that child. Okay, so do you think it's the right thing for this man to do? And what do you think generally of the story? Basically, I think that's what my question is. What's your general thoughts about this story? Okay, give me 2 seconds. Thank you so much. Okay, so I would really like to know your thoughts about it before I crack on. Okay. And again, this live stream is planned to be Jitalo TV. Thank you for coming. So the plan is for this live stream to be 1 hour. So by 5 o'clock, by 6 o'clock, which will be some people 7 o'clock, this should be finished. Okay. But thank you all so much for coming. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for coming. Give me 2 seconds. And another part of the story, which is what I will talk about, is the fact that I think that will be when we go into the angle of a woman, from the woman's perspective. Okay, so that's the second angle that we're going to be coming from. Sorry about that, guys. I'm just making sure that. Right. Okay. So Kosiso is the first person to comment. Kosiso, thank you very much for your comment there. I really appreciate it. She says, Youngest Dubai, thank you for coming. How is everyone doing? I hope everyone is having an amazing day. Okay, the weather today is amazing. Sunshine, blue sky. What else can we ask for? Amazing. Thank you so much. Okay, so Kosiso says every child comes from God. I mean, why do you want to terminate an innocent child because she's a girl child? Exactly. So every child is important. Every child comes from God. You don't know the child's future. You don't know the child's destiny. So why would you want to terminate the child? Okay, and that is so bad. Okay, so the man that says, "Oh, I don't want this child because it's a female child," is doing so much disservice to his wife and also to the unborn child. It's not fair. It's not right. Precious Mill, thank you so much for coming. Thank you. Happy Sunday to you too. I really appreciate you for coming. Trista Love Channel, how are you? Where have you been? I've not seen you for a while. I hope you're well. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Okay, so like I was saying, every child is important. Every child has a future. So we should not, in fact, the parents do not have a right to say, okay, because you are a female child, therefore you don't have the right to leave. That is not the place of the parent, of the man. Okay, it's not the place of a man to make that decision to say, okay, you know what, because you are female, you can't leave. Okay, so Shadow Princess, thank you. Esther's Chronicles, thank you so much for coming. I see you there. Thank you so much. Okay, so yes, it's not the place of a man to decide that the child should be terminated because the child is a female, because he was the one that gave that female seed, okay, that female chromosome to the woman. So the man has the X and Y chromosome. We're going to go into a little bit of biology here. So the man has the X and Y chromosome, while the woman has the XX chromosome. So the man is the person that determines whether it's going to be a male child or a female child. So if he gives the X chromosome to the woman carries a female child. And if he gives the Y chromosome to the woman carries a male child. So it is him. However, he doesn't know which chromosome he's going to give per time. So for him to come now and say, okay, let's terminate the child because it's not because it's a female child, is completely wrong. Okay, Thunder Scorpion, thank you for coming. Exactly, no one has the right to take one's life, which is true. The man, and Jessica Trinovec, let's see what Jessica is saying. Jessica says the man is being selfish. He don't know what that child's future is, which is true. Let me get this straight. He wanted abort because it's a girl. Yes, Thunder Scorpion, thank you for coming. He wanted to terminate the child because, no, he actually asked his wife to terminate the child because it's a female child. Okay, what Shadow Princess, Mana TV, thank you. Where have you been? I've not seen you for ages. I hope all is well with you. Thank you for coming. Shadow Princess says, what about those that can't even have a child? And that's another thing. Okay, so there's some people that are crying and begging God to say, okay, you know what, I just want one child. Whether I boy or girl, I don't mind. I just want a child. Okay, so Esther's Chronicles, okay. Shadow Princess, thank you. Lady G's channel, thank you so much for coming. Yes, it's the man that gives the chromosome. Henry VIII killed his wives because of this, and it was on him. Exactly. It's on him because he's the one that gives the chromosomes. He's the one that decides the sex of a child. Okay, so on this conversation, I don't think abortion is wrong, but for that reason, he's an idiot and needs to be sterilized. Okay, and where the story gets even more interesting is the fact that he's asked his wife. So he's asked his wife before to have an abortion, and she did. Okay, and now the woman, and after 12 weeks, correct me here if I'm wrong, mothers, I can't remember if it's 12 weeks or so, where you find out the sex of a child. So they found out the first time that the child was a female, and he said, let's terminate it, and the woman agreed to terminate the child. And after some time, she took in again, and then he came. They found out the sex of a child, and he says, oh, we need to terminate this child because it is a female child. And the woman says, no, I can't terminate this child. Resulted to violence, and then a woman eventually terminated the pregnancy. Okay, so resulted to violence, domestic violence in the house, and that will not be the first time he's resorting to domestic violence, because that is who he is, someone that gets his way all the time. Okay, so Youngest in the Vienna's Beauty, thank you for coming. Youngest in the Bible says no one has the right to terminate any pregnancy, not the father, not the mother, which is completely true. Each child is a gift. That is so right. Elias Martha said, I know of a similar story. The man told the woman to abort the baby because they had 4 children already. The woman stood her ground and gave birth to the child. And believe me, they will be happy for having that child, because every child, like someone said, there is a blessing. Malvis Isaiah said, it's a wrong thing on Facebook. It's a wrong thing for the man to act such way. Both kids are same equal. Female kids are more concerned and caring to their parents, which is true. So once a man gets married, his responsibility becomes his wife and his children. Okay, but when the woman gets married, she still has time to look after her parents, which is so true. Okay, so for the man to say, okay, you know what, let's abort the child because it's a female, is completely wrong. Okay, talk with me. She said, good evening. Thank you so much for coming. Shadow Princess Knowledge, I think they find out at 5 months, right? Okay, that's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16 weeks. Okay. No, is it 5 months? Anyway, I thought it was 12 weeks. So understand the havoc this has on a woman's mind and body, he needs to be terminated. Exactly. So the man, from my point of view, the man is not considerate of a woman, is not considerate of the risk that the woman will go through to carry a pregnancy for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and then the man comes and says, okay, you know what, let's get rid of a child. It's completely wrong. He doesn't care about the woman's body, he doesn't care about the woman's mind. And like Tony said just now, it wreaks havoc on the woman's mind and body, especially if it's not something that she wants to do. Okay, so she's being forced to do this. If I don't do it, this man is going to beat me up, because that's exactly what he did. Beat her up, and then, she decided, okay, you know what, instead of this man to kill me, let me go and terminate this pregnancy. Okay, so the man, for me, does not love this woman, doesn't care about what happens to her, and let's see what Vienna is saying. Every child comes with her own and uniqueness, whether a boy or girl. We can only pray for God's children and not gender, because you can still have a boy and it turns out to be very bad. And that's true. There's so many male child that they are not good for nothing. And like I gave that example before of a family that has 5 girls, and they're all doctors, engineers, professors, and all that, made their parents proud. Okay, so it doesn't really matter what the child is. A child is important. A child is unique. Okay, I'll just read a few comments. Busuma Baria, thank you for coming. A29 TV, thank you so much. And no one has the right to infringe on your body without your permission. That's so true. To underscore Scorpion. Okay. Sure, that is evil because it's terminating a life. Shadow Princess says, Thunder Scorpion, it's a child by 5 months old, and when the sex is determined. Hello, hosting everyone. Thank you so much, Busuma Baria. Let's see what Thunder says. He needs his ass beat. Do you know who this man is? I wish I knew who he was, honestly. The Delta Peking say you're right, the man don't love the woman at all. Exactly. And that's why I said we're going to deal with it from different angles, from the point of a child, from the point of a man, and then we'll finally go to the point of a woman. Nigeria says, oh, thanks for this topic. All the men that has this mentality, they really need to change. And most men are just being greedy and selfish. In fact, that man needs to be flogged. Exactly. He definitely needs to be flogged, just like you and Thomas Scorpion said the same thing as well. Shadow Princess is not just have right, okay. Just a few more comments. Wow, thought every child has a right. Every child definitely has a right to live. Gone are the days girl women stay in the same home. Girl ladies, women are doing great, which is so true. Okay, so whether girl, woman, boy, every child is important and every child has the right to live. Okay, and one of the questions that came up was, if the man did, if it, I mean, the man determines the sex of a child, so why make the woman go through the process of terminating the pregnancy when you know that you determine the sex of a child, when you know that every child is important? Okay, so that's so true. So that's for Paulette's lifestyle. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. So the second point we're going to come from is the point of a man, which we've already started anyway. And we know that the man himself does not love this woman, because if he loved this woman, he would not hit her when she's pregnant. So he hit her when she's pregnant and forced her to have an abortion, forced her to terminate the pregnancy, which is so wrong. It's against human rights, to be honest, against the rights of the woman, against the right of that child. Okay, talk with Richard said, for me, the woman is more wicked for choosing marriage instead of the child's life. Why take a life you can't create? Okay. Chanda's company says they don't have the right to use someone else's body without consent, which is so true. Paulette Diary, why is your comment hidden? Some men are just ignorant, and that is the truth. Because like we said, they don't know the child's future. Okay. Busuma Barrier, thank you so much. Jessica Chunovek, I don't understand your comments. Okay. SS Chronicle, thank you so much. Thank you guys, everyone, for your contributions. Okay, so we're now talking about the man. So the man, from my perspective, does not love this woman, doesn't care about her feelings. Okay, and there was even another instance of a man just saying to his wife that, you know what, I don't want to have a child with you anymore, therefore you need to abort. And this is something that's happening over and over and over again. Okay, so women are asked to terminate pregnancy because the men have decided that, you know what, I don't want to have a child with you, or maybe because it's a girl child, or maybe because it's a boy child, whatever the circumstance is. No woman should have to be made to go through a process, a procedure that she doesn't want to. Okay, so no woman should be able to be made to go through that situation. And if you, as a man, would make your wife go through a situation like that, then you don't, honestly don't love that person. And like earlier said before, people already have 4 children, and we know that raising 4 children is a lot. And somehow, and this happens a lot of the time. Sometimes parents say, okay, you know what, that's it. It happened in my family. It happened in my family. My mom and my dad said, you know what, okay, hands down, no more children. And then I came. You can imagine that if they had said, okay, because we've said we've had enough, therefore let's terminate this one, which was me, then I won't be here today. And this happens a lot in homes when the parents have said, and when the parents, so Behold Rose, thank you for coming. Thank you so much. I saw someone else. Coming as well. Behold Rose, Lady G's channel, thank you so much. So imagine if my parents had said, okay, because we've had enough, and then I came, then I would, yeah, guys, you're laughing, but it's the truth. And when my parents had my immediate senior, the name they gave her is that, you know how our tradition is, how we name children based on situations and circumstances. And the name they gave her was It's Enough. Or this one is enough. You know, so they had already said hands down to say, okay, you know what, we're not having any more child. And then I came from I came from nowhere. And this has happened. So I've seen this happen many times when the parents say, okay, we've had enough. A child comes and they just have the child. But for the parents to say, for the parents, for a situation whereby this person already has 2 children, I don't know how many children they're planning to have. So I came, yes, Richie, for them to say, okay, and that's it. And then a child comes. Every child comes with their own blessing. Every child comes. Every child is unique. You guys can be laughing. Honestly, I wouldn't have been here today, but they decided to keep me. You understand? So, but yeah, so that was what happened. Okay, because again, you, like I said before, you don't know the future of that child. You don't know what the child is going to bring. You don't know what the child's future is. So there's no need for you to decide to take that child's life. Okay, Ijoma Okoro, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'm just gonna scroll up because I've seen some comments. I'm just gonna read some comments. So, of course, it's, you know, Thunder, I'm sure. The man is just using her as a baby making machine. And that is so powerful there. Thank you, Jessica. Looks like you are the only one that's on the topic that we're talking about. For the woman, so Consisto says, for the woman, I don't know why she agreed the first time. She's supposed to just live with her baby girl. I mean, God has his own ways. The baby girl might be the only one to bring smile on her face, and which is so true. So that's now coming to the part of a woman. And Richie said before that she blames the woman because the woman chose her marriage over her child. Okay, so let's see. Consider says for, okay, I've read that one. Thunder Scorpion says, the fetus is like a host. It depends on your body to survive, but you have the right to terminate anything using your body for this for survival. Victoria America said, I also know someone that has the same problem. This topic is indeed a hot one. In fact, that man, can he even give life? Don't he have a sister? Exactly. Okay, so now we're coming to the point of the woman. to the point of a woman now. So we talked about the child from the child's perspective. We talked about the woman's perspective from the man's perspective. And now we're going to talk about the woman herself. Okay, and Richard said the woman chose her marriage. So because the man says, okay, if you don't terminate this pregnancy, that's it for a marriage. The marriage is over. Or beat her up because she was pregnant with a girl child. She chose to terminate the pregnancy, giving up her child for a husband. Okay, and that's completely wrong, because how long is she going to keep doing that? How long is she going to keep terminating? Because she don't know if the next time she gets pregnant it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be a female child. Okay, have 5 girls, because so then I can say my uncle have 5 girls because they are looking for a male child. They keep trying. They keep trying. Maybe the next one will be a boy. Next one will be a boy, and then it's a girl. But God is bringing those girls for a reason. Okay, God is bringing those children to you. 829 saying she's thanking God that I'm here. You know, so let's have a look. Okay, because this topic is very interesting. I should suspend what I'm doing now. Yeah, that's absolutely true. Each child comes with his or her own blessing, and that's also true. Chanda Scorpion, if she doesn't want it, you can abort. Let's have a look. Uh, Victoria America, thank you so much for coming. Nowhere in the Bible does it say that actually there are abortions in the Bible. Okay, so as far as I'm concerned, Chanda Scorpion, a child is a life. Having a child is bringing a life. Just imagine if I personally had been terminated because my parents said, okay, we've had enough. Okay, so that means I won't have come into life. Fair enough. The society we live in gives people the choice to terminate a pregnancy, especially if it's a situation or a circumstance where the pregnancy came up unexpected, or the situation is not right. Okay, the society gives you the right to decide to terminate a pregnancy, but that's based on you. Okay, however, that's a life. Okay, whether it's 8 months, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, okay, it is a life. Okay, and I would not support anyone. I know that people do it. I know that people would even terminate it. Like this lady in question now, the child already had the sex. The child, we already know that this child is a female. So this child has a life, and the woman decided to terminate this pregnancy because the man asked her to do so. Okay, and I do not agree with that at all. And the point that will come from the woman's perspective, yes, she gave up a child because the child already had the child. What's going on, Delta? No, it does not. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Jessica Shinema is like, the woman too is being foolish. What if the lifetime is where she has the most egg, and her next lifetime she might be barren? Nobody can tell the truth. Okay, nobody can tell the future. Okay, so now Jessica is saying that this woman is just blunt foolish. She's stupid for doing what she's doing, for agreeing to terminate not just one, not just two. We don't know if she's done any other one before. Okay, but to agreeing to terminate a child, whether for the sake of the fact that it's a male or a female child, any woman at all, okay, that decides it's okay, and you're married, it's not as if you're single. Okay, you are in this lady lives abroad, so she's in a situation whereby if she decides that, okay, you know what, I want to look after my child, there will be opportunity, there'll be help out there for her. There are people out there that would support her. But she chose this man that doesn't even love her. This same man that would wake up tomorrow and say, okay, because you have not given me a boy child, that's it for us. Okay, and I always say that the reason I do my live stream is, and I was thinking about this morning, is to be able to impact on people, not just. No, I don't just come here to talk and talk and talk. I come here because I want to impact on someone. There might be someone that's going through the same situation, or someone that is in a dilemma thinking, okay, what should I do? If a man is telling you to terminate a pregnancy without your consent, which is what Scorpion was saying just now, nobody has a right to make you do something to your body without your consent. And this goes the same way for maybe someone that maybe your husband or your boyfriend, whatever, is telling you to go and get a big boob job because they want you to have bigger boobs, or maybe to go and to have bigger butt. It's your body, so don't let anybody force you or coerce you into making any form of modifications to your body without your consent. If you want to go and cut your head and cut your mouth and your eye by yourself, that's fine. But a situation whereby you are not happy with that and someone is telling you, yes, go and do it because that would make me happy, then that's a no-no. It's a no-no for someone to tell you as a woman to go and terminate your pregnancy, to terminate your child. I'll just check if there's any comments on Facebook. I've just abandoned you guys. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. So for someone to tell you, okay, go and Numbers 5:11-31. I don't have my Bible turned out. What does that say? If you believe we are not our bodies but the spirit, then you are not actually killing the body. You're just sending it to heaven. Right. Okay. What does it say in Thunder Scorpion? Jeremiah, Numbers 5:11-31. I don't know what that place says. Okay, but thank you all so much. I really appreciate you so much for coming. Yeah, so A29 is saying definitely no. Yeah, so it's a definite no. Okay, someone cannot come and tell you, okay, I want you to do this or I want you to do that. And with abortions, what happens to the woman's body? What happened? What are the complications that might happen? Okay, the woman could bleed to death. The woman might, so many things could happen. Psychologically, it affects the woman because it's not what you want to do. Someone is forcing you to do it, and you need to, and I always say, you need to draw your line. You need to have a standard. It's okay, you know what, this is what I can do, this is what I can take. Yummy Kitchen, thank you for coming. This is what I want, this is what I don't want. So draw your line, set your standard and your values. Let your partner know that, okay, this is something I cannot do because of you. First of all, based on my religion, I'm married to you, I can't do it. Or even if your religion doesn't support, your religion supports it, are you happy to do it? So set your standards, set your values. It's okay, you know what, I am not going to do this. And this is not just in terms of maybe terminating a pregnancy. There's so many things that your partner might say, okay, why don't you do this or why don't you do that? Set your standards so that your partner knows that, okay, this woman is not going to accept this. And the same goes for the man as well. This man will not accept this thing. Okay, no, this is not acceptable. Let them know. So set your standards, set your value. Okay, so Lady Gist channel says, but this case, the man simply needs an old-fashioned beating. Lady Gist channel says, women should stop terminating those innocent babies God has blessed them with, no matter the sex or situation. And that's so true. There's no need to terminate because you don't know what the child's future is and what impact it has on you again. And the worst thing is if someone is making you do it. If someone is making you do it, that's where it is wrong. It's wrong all around. But if someone is forcing you to do it, then it is not acceptable. Paulette Lifestyle says, I know someone who had to abort her pregnancy because her health was at stake, at risk. Okay, and that's totally understandable because sometimes, and there's something they call ectopic pregnancies, whereby the pregnancy could not go forward. The doctors would advise you, you know what, it's either you or the child. So in that case, you need to choose. Okay, you need to choose whether you want to be alive or you want the child to be alive. So there are times when carrying the child puts you at risk, then yes, the doctors will advise you to do that. That's fine. That's acceptable. Okay, I'll just read. Blue Jeans Network, thank you so much for coming. Cobzen, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thunder Scorpion, he needs to be locked up in a prison in California. Tell the inmates who are missing their wives and kids that he what he did, and they will give him a nice time. Honestly, it's so wrong. Wrong on all levels. Okay, so I saw Richie. I saw Richie's comments. So Richie says, see, host, you know, most women worship men and marriage and they forget that self-worth and self-love. I don't know why some women are blind when it comes to marriage. Chai, sad. Okay, and that's true. Okay, and this woman, one of the reasons why she will do it is because she wants to stay married by all means. Even though this man is abusing her physically, even though this man is making her do things that she doesn't want to do, she stays married to him because she wants to bear the name Mrs. Okay, she wants to be seen as a married woman. Okay, and that's also sad. I want us as women or even as men to get to a position, a place whereby we are comfortable being ourselves. Let's be comfortable being, okay, this is who I am. My name is Tari. This is me. Whether I have someone there, I don't have someone there, I'm fine. You know, yes, I want to be in a relationship. Yes, I want my husband to be there to love me. But even if I'm not married, okay, I know that I am fine. I'm comfortable in my own singleness. I'm comfortable in myself. I love myself too much to let someone take advantage of me, to let someone take me for granted. So you need to get to that point where you love yourself so much and don't allow anybody to take advantage of you. It's really important, because if you don't love yourself, then you won't have standards. If you don't have standards, then you will settle for anything. And it's this settlement that we're talking about. And if you look at the history of this couple, they probably the woman has seen this man as her last bus stop. Like, okay, this is my last bus stop. If I leave this man now, where would I go? And the man begins to feel important. Like, okay, she sees me as her all in all. She won't leave me. Or even if I want her to leave me, she won't leave me. You know, and then he begins to behave the way he does. And the woman takes it. Okay, no standard, no communication. It's okay, this thing, I don't like it, I won't take it from you. It's important that we know ourselves, know yourself, know your standard, know your values. And this is not just in the case of maybe terminating pregnancy. Like I always said, in every area of our life. Okay, there are things that you don't want, there are things that you shouldn't take as a person. Okay, and I'm not going to say, okay, because this is happening, then walk out of your marriage. No, you want to speak out and say, okay, this is the situation, this is what I'll take, and this is what I'll not take. And Jessica Trinovec said that marriage is not by force. Marriage is not by force. It's not a duel. You don't have to die there. Okay, there's an escape route for you. Okay, there's escape route for you. Okay, so the escape route might be, okay, you know what? This is the situation. I want to have this child by all means. Let me go and have my child in peace. Let me go and have my child in peace. And where she is, there are people that will support her. You know, the family that will support you. So you want to make yourself priority. Don't let the other person be the one that has a say over your life. Okay, so it's really important. Okay, like women who get pregnant from getting raped, incest rape, all for abortion. So that's another example. So based on health conditions, based on the situation surrounding the pregnancy, the person might decide, you know what, I'm not keeping this child, because if you keep that child, seeing that child grow up might bring back memories, might bring back hurt and pain. Okay, so in that situation, yes, you can decide that, okay, you don't want to keep the pregnancy. Okay, so Blue Juice is saying, where will she go? To heaven? No hope. And again, it depends on the marriage foundation. Exactly. Thomas Gomber, if it's beating her, maybe she's too scared to leave. Yes, that's why I said before, she's scared to leave because she feels like, okay, if I leave him, where would I go? Where would I start from? But the truth is, there's always something and someone better out there for you. Okay, because sister says, we the ladies need to start thinking, I rather remain single than staying with a man who wants to kill me, kill my own child. Mba. He should leave, please, even though he's my sister, my last suitor. And there's no way he'll be your last suitor. There's no way he'll be your last suitor. Norma Wesu, thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate you. Thank you so, so much. Let's see what Norma says. So Norma says, I've got a comment on Facebook. I'll read that in 1 minute. And Norma says, was she in her right senses? In her senses, is she not brainwashed though? A normal person cannot do that, or else she's so not into no sense of belonging. Is it what is called submission to your husband? Never. Okay, so Norma is saying that she probably has been brainwashed. No, but she's not been brainwashed. She's only scared of being single. She's scared of leaving him and starting over. And that's what a lot of people fear. Okay, so Francis on Facebook is saying, whether a male child, a female child, a child is a child, what if you terminate the female pregnancy and the next pregnancy is another female? What will you now do? Abortion is not biblical. The man should have a rethink. And that's it. So far they've done 2. So she's terminated 2 pregnancies or maybe more because the man wants a male child. Okay, so how long is she going to keep doing the same thing? Okay, because sometimes, just like Dr. Bikin was saying, that her uncle has 5 girls. So maybe all the girls are just coming, you keep terminating until you put your life at risk. Okay, and that's what we're talking about. I asked, where is she? I used to work in the system with abused kids and women. She lives somewhere in Europe. Okay, the bigger question should be, how did she end up with that guy? Because she ended up with that guy. So she was just like when you, and this is where a lot of us can settle. Okay, so when you're in Africa, personally for me, when you're in Africa growing up, you find out that, okay, you have a lot of people around you, a lot of guys, and so many people wanting you. But by the time you travel abroad, you find out that your choices and your chances, let's put it that way, might be limited. So you only have few people around you that are coming to ask you out. So she saw this guy and probably thought, oh, this guy is not bad, and even though he's abusive, even though he's not perfect, and we know nobody's perfect, she decided that, you know what, I'm going to be with him anyway, and she settled for him. Okay, and that's where the whole problem started. If you settle for someone's character, then you will continue to settle. Okay, there are plenty of resources depending on where she is. Yes, definitely. Because they say mother is mother, or it is not. That thing just jumped. Where is constant? Yes, 2 already. Right, okay. So murder is murder. It is not a medical condition that is just a no-no. And to think that it's just because it's a girl child. Yes, because it's a girl child. And Thunder said he needs to be whooped. It is horrific. Lucy says she can go back to her father's house. The dating market is kill or be killed. Okay. 2 abortions, like man, like some. Yes, definitely. Okay. Beating her is a form of brainwashing. Okay. Precious Mill says, one of my best friends was a person who was born as a result of rape. The mother put him up for adoption, and he grew up to be a doctor. Thou shalt not kill, please. You don't know tomorrow. Okay, so this is a typical case. So this person got pregnant because she was raped, and she decided to rather put the child up for adoption instead of terminating the pregnancy. And that's a very good one. A very good one there. Okay, let's have a look. A boy child carries more weight than a girl child. Virgin child is a child, a boy or a girl. Babies are born with less intelligence than I still have an aunt who is not yet married and she is in her late 30s now. Not because she doesn't want to answer messages like we should. We should wait for the right and perfect time designed for you by God. Okay, and that's a good thing there, because sometimes people feel under pressure, and because they are under pressure because okay, I'm 35, 38, I know I'm not married, therefore the next person that comes our way, I marry the person, and end of the day you are I'm so mad right now, my battery is getting low. I'm interested in this topic. You can rewatch it because it's all, thank you. Jessica says if she is afraid to be alone, she is being a coward, because that about the single mom who are doing great. Exactly. There's some single moms there that are doing amazing. Okay, there's single moms out there that are doing amazing. And thinking about the situation where she finds herself, just like Tonda said, there's so many resources that she can tap into to help her. So she doesn't have to be alone. If a man is abusing you physically and a man is telling you to terminate her pregnancy, one, two, then what? Open your eyes. open your open your eyes. I was having a fling with a woman I worked with like 15 years ago. She got pregnant. We both knew we weren't going to stay together. We decided to abort, but come to find out it was a false alarm, which is good. I'm glad it was. Too many men want boys. So, and Blue Jeans, I was just saying that there's a family, okay, there's a family. I don't know the family personally, but I think I saw the picture on social media. I can't remember whether it was LinkedIn or Facebook or somewhere. There's a family of 5 girls, and these girls are either doctors, lawyers, engineers, professors, and they made their parents proud. Okay, they made their parents proud. So, yes, Africans have the mentality of, okay, I want a male child, a child that will bear my name, which is fair enough. But if you don't have a male child, will you now say, okay, because I don't have a male child, therefore I don't want a female child? Because there are some people, some men that would only give the X chromosomes. They will only give the X chromosomes. So child one, child two, child three, child four, child five, all girls. So are you going to say, okay, because they're all girls, therefore they are less of a human? No, they are not. They are not less of humans. Okay, they are not less. They are equally important. So yes, um, a lot of people have a mentality that a male child might be better, but that is completely false, because we know that female children actually do better for their parents, could do better for their parents than some male children. Okay, Esther Edo, thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Please come here, by the way, my bad. Okay. All right, okay. Elias Mother CV, we are built that way. Okay. Victor America said, child is a child, being a boy or a girl, both of them are a blessing from God. Confidence is now wow. And the funny thing is that to get a male child, you actually need a woman. This is just horrific to hear. Yeah. Yeah, and the worst thing, and what I think is going to happen with this one is it will get to a point. This man would say, okay, you know what? I don't want you anymore, because he obviously does not love the woman. He's going to meet someone else, and then probably someone that will get pregnant for him and have a male child. Okay. I personally know of someone, okay, it has first child was a girl, second child was a boy, third child girl, fourth child girl, fifth child girl. I think the sixth child. So the sixth child was also a girl. So it has just one male child. And then he decided, you know what, let me just go outside, because of the mentality of our African men from my state, Delta State, Yoruba men precisely. He already has one male child, but he wanted another male child. And then he went out, met this woman. This woman got pregnant and then gave him a male child. He was happy, but what he did was that he's brought problems into his own home. So he had a happy home. The girls were happy. The wife was happy. But by the time he got someone else pregnant, that was the beginning of his downfall. That was the beginning of problems for him. So business started going down, things started going, the wife was unhappy, the children were unhappy. Eventually, he's already had a male child. He was happy he had a male child, but then it came with, because everything we do have consequences. So he had to bear the consequences of his action. Okay, every one of the girls can decide to have kids and not get married to keep their father's name going. It's all about the person's mind. Okay, frozen eggs are not equally Robowado, exactly. Robowado. So yes, so Thunder, frozen eggs. What's that? I don't know. But no, it's not fair what the man is asking the woman to do. Basically, it's not fair. Whether it's a male child or a female child, they're all equally important. But the kids, as by rights, will not bear the father's name. They are kids of another man, I guess. Okay, so what? And that's another question, really. What is in a name? Okay, I know I don't know how to ask this question, to be honest, because I know that the name is important. The name of a family is important. But would you rather have not have a child at all than have a female child and not bear your name, or just keep looking for a male child from every Dick, Tom, and Harry? Okay, so it's really, really important that we put ourselves in the right perspective. So whether it's a male child, whether it's a female child, they're all equally important. And the man, we've said that the man does not love his wife, which is something that we've already established in this live stream today. The man does not love his wife. And Jessica says he's using her for baby, using her as a baby making machine. He's just looking for a male child. And I totally agree with that. And the woman as well. I think I'm going to be rounding up in the next 5 minutes. So I'm just trying to round up. Okay, and this 1 hour has flown like something else. But thank you so much. I'd rather have a child than not at all, male or female, regardless. Which is also true, because we know that female comes and you're doing really well as a woman. I'm doing okay as a woman. Early years, you're doing well. Jessica, we're all doing well in our own little area. If we were men, if our parents decided, like I said before, that me coming was like, okay, oh, look what we have, or look what happens, so if my parents had decided to get rid of me, I won't be here today. Okay, so it's important that we put things in perspective. And you as a woman, don't let any man force you to do what you don't want to do. Don't let any man make you alter your body, do anything to your body that you don't want. Having an abortion is a huge thing for a woman and for the child as well. So let's not go through that process, because sometimes it's surgical. Okay, you go into the theater, they operate you and things. And sometimes you take pills, and whatever it is, it's your body. So don't let anyone force you into going through that process. Love yourself, love your child. Okay, so Cobson is saying, Jessica Henrik, they're still not his kids. If the father of the kids decide, yes, down the line, that he wants his kids, the kids are not her father's kids, except, right? Desmond Alenke, thank you so much for coming. I'm so happy to see you. That's my secondary school mate from Thank you so much. I'm happy to see you. Inspirational by Mary. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate every single one of you. If my parents got rid of me, I would have come as prince or a king. Well, I know that for me, coming was a surprise to my parents, because they had already hands down to say, okay, no, we're not having any more. But then I came. If they'd got rid of me, then I wouldn't be here today. And now they're proud. They're proud of the person I've become. And I'm proud of the person I'm becoming as well. So that's not for say you go into a burning building and see a freezer of 5 frozen embryos versus 1 newborn baby. You had time to grab one. Would you grab the newborn or the frozen embryos? Right. Okay. So obviously we'll grab the newborn. Okay. That's completely what we'll do. Okay. But thank you all so much for coming. But just to recap, okay. So as a woman, let's not allow anyone take advantage of us. Let's not allow, even as a man, don't allow your partner take advantage of you. Don't allow them to take you for granted. Okay, you want to be able to speak up, have your values, have your standard, and be able to speak up when you know that, okay, this thing is not right, this thing doesn't go well with me. You want to be able to speak up. Okay, but thank you everyone for coming to my live stream today. I appreciate every single one of you. Time will not allow me to go deeper into this topic. I would have loved for people to come on the screen to give their opinion, but I've got another appointment at 6 o'clock, so I really have to go. Thank you all so much for coming. Thunder Scorpion, Yomi Kitchen, Blue Jeans, Cubsen, A29, the Delta Pekin, Elias Matters, Richie, thank you so much. Ladies This Channel, Victoria America, Jessica Trinovec, thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much. If I haven't mentioned your name, let me see. Precious Meal, Youngers in Dubai, thank you so much. A29 TV, thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of you. Vienna's Beauty, thank you so much. I really appreciate you for coming. Paulette Lifestyle, I've just seen you there. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Have a beautiful week, everyone, and have a beautiful evening. And I'll see you again next week. Take care of yourself and always make sure you're doing your best to become the best version of yourself. And I'll see you next week. Bye bye.